Thanks guys for coming. Appreciate you coming to the right sport today. So, it was a good win. Good win. Proud of the kids. We talked about being greedy. We talked about sweeping when you have opportunities to do that. So, I thought we came out really well. We took our walks and hit by pitches. We got big hits. McCabe starts us off right there in the first, able to score the first 5 innings. And then Dom Stagliano pitched awesome. Just pumped the strike zone, used the cutter, and was able to keep him off balance. We played great defense. Brady Shannon makes a great catch in the outfield late, but we were able to take care of the ball. When you do that, you put together a complete game. So it was good. I'm happy with the weekend. We're not as good as we need to be. We're also not as good as we're going to be. So, I told the guys to enjoy tonight, and then we got to practice tomorrow. So we got to get back at it and be ready to get better. And
there are just 3 games. And what have you learned about your team, you think, through the first weekend?
I'm just proud of the young guys. I think that's always a big question mark, and it, obviously, you never know what guys just coming back from injury are going to be like, and just how long it takes them to kind of get their timing. But Ben and Rowe look great, so that's good. But I thought everybody did a little bit of everything this weekend. So it was good to see Drew play really well. Guys like Corey, who haven't had a ton of time. Like John Rice, same thing. Just a lot of guys that did really well. And then again on the mound, Cam and Dom just set the tone on those 2 starts. And bullpen pitched well for the most part, and it was good to see guys like, again, the guys that got back. I just saw the physical therapist, and just I told her how grateful I was, and I'm sure she's proud to, with Ben and Nick and Nick Vieira, Lepkowski, all those guys getting back. It's just good to see our guys getting healthy, and just gotta try to stay that way.
More on Dom's start, what did you like the most, and just his confidence?
Yeah,
on the mound?
Well, the big thing about him, we've always known since when we saw him last year and into the fall and everything, is how the competitiveness, and so he just attacks. So he's able to keep guys off balance, but throw a ton of strikes, and he's super competitive. So I think I had one at bat in there maybe where he walked the leadoff, the 9-hole hitter with 4 pitches that I thought was probably the only at bat that I really felt like he wasn't in control and just made a mistake. But everything else was in cruise control and just pumping the zone and able to keep him off balance. And we made some adjustments from yesterday, throwing in more, and I thought he did a great job of that. So it was a great first start. I'm proud of him.
Coach, you spoke about the young players getting playing time, and how big is that for you moving on forward this season, having that next man up mentality?
Yeah, well, I think it's good. Just to get those guys their feet wet, just to get them comfortable with the speed of the game at this level, and just getting their confidence going and being able to take deep breaths. Even Nick Vieira, who hasn't pitched in a year, I thought he comes out there a little bit rushing and just out of sorts, and probably the adrenaline and excited to get back, and hasn't pitched in a long time, 18 months. So so it was good to just get those guys comfortable. Obviously have a huge game on Tuesday, so to be able to feel like they can breathe and know what's going to happen, know what the expectations are, but also understand the speed of the game just makes them a lot better players today than they were on Friday.
Coach, how did today contrast to yesterday in terms of your team's offensive performance with getting balls like that out in the outfield, not necessarily?
Yeah, some of it has to do with the weather, some of it just has to do with us getting on top of balls and hitting more line drives, but we also took walks. We were able to get guys on base, put more pressure on them. And so when you do that, and that one big hit ends up being run producers, which, again, we didn't knock the ball all over the park today. I think we only had 8 hits or something like that. So, it was more about the timeliness of them and getting guys on base. And, Ben, second and third, gets an RBI single that scores 2. We did that several times. John Rice, second and third, base hit, scores 2. So, we just got the big hits with runners in scoring position and opportunities, and it wasn't a big inning like maybe it was on Friday, but it was just chipping away and finding a way to score every inning, and we just kept piling them on.
How's Ben Vespi doing?
Yeah, great. He threw a bullpen today before the game, 100%, looked awesome. He will be available this coming weekend. So, obviously, barring any setbacks, but he will throw live hitters in practice on maybe Tuesday before the game or Wednesday to live hitters, and then obviously if everything's a go there, then he should be on the board. And again, I don't know what role yet, I'll figure that out, but he will be available to pitch next week.
Who's he starting Tuesday?
Jacob Marlowe will start on Tuesday.
I think it's been a tradition playing Siena on an opening weekend, and going next year you're going to have less non-conference weekends to deal with more conference games, USF on a weekend. So is this maybe the last time we might see Siena for a while?
Yeah, it might be. Unfortunately, obviously I love seeing Tony, and obviously with Joe on the staff, it's good, but it's obviously tough now with not as many weekends, and trying to figure it all out. So, wish nothing but the best for them, and we'll see what happens. We never know. You never know when it's going to be the next time we play them, but it's just a little bit more difficult to kind of do it on a yearly basis now that we don't have as many non-conference weekends.
Can you speak about Keanu Torres, the moments he's had this weekend? Just how cool is it for his story and how he's had a great opening weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him. I mean, a guy that COVID kind of hurt him a little bit, and ends up transferring here and joining the club team and playing there. And we were in a pinch this fall with McCabe and Sundin out the entire fall, and down only 2 catchers, and Russo obviously is a guy that has to play multiple positions. So it was just going to put a lot of strain on him. So Keanu came to walk on trials. We were desperate for a catcher. He's a good little player, man. Has some juice, has a good arm. Of course, he gets here in the fall and breaks his hamate bone and has had to go through that, but shows up every day at practice. Obviously a local guy that cares, loves being on the team, and it was good to get him some opportunities, and it's funny, just, we were talking, just, gets a Little League home run Friday, and then gets the walk-off to get the 10-run goal today. So I'm sure those were moments. I know he had a huge following here with his family and stuff. So, but it's always cool to see guys like that just trying to chase their dream and work hard. And a lot of it's luck, and you just got to be in the right place at the right time. And he was, and he's taking advantage of it. And it's fun. I know the kids really understand, and our players have embraced him, and they also know how difficult it is and how much it probably means to him. So obviously they're really, really excited for him.
Coach, what do you know about FAU, and what do you need to do to take care of business on Tuesday?
I mean, I don't really know a lot about him. Obviously, I just know that Shanuel and Goldstein, both 19, 18 home runs. That's about it right now. Just obviously been focused on Siena, but FAU's a traditionally super offensive team and a really good ball club, and Mac's done a tremendous job there. I mean, Mac was coaching there when I played, and he was the recruiting coordinator. So he's pretty much built FAU, and it's always a great games that we play against them, and obviously tough. They always got a talented team, so it'll be a challenge for us. So we just get to work watching film and get prepared.
So when's that steak dinner?
I don't know. But we're on the road this week, so they're probably gonna have to wait. Obviously we've got too much work to do to get ready for FAU and then get on the road. So, but I'll get it. I'll make sure I take care of them. I promise.
Is that new this season? Or?
No. It's usually every time we get 20 hits, it's something that they did when I played, and I've taken it to coaching, and it's been always the same way. Pitchers, when they throw shutouts, we let them take batting practice, because that's all they ever want to do is hit. So when pitchers throw a shutout, we let them take batting practice for one day, and when the hitters get 20 hits, I give them steaks. So I
high-end steakhouse?
Yeah, the Lovelady Chateau. I'll be on the grill.
Coach, what do you want this team to take with them from this series through the rest of the season?
I mean, just the comfortability, the confidence, and the opportunity to continue to get out there and get better. So it was a good start, but again, like I said, it's not where we need to be. It's not where we're going to be. So just gotta get ready to work and get ready and get back to work tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for being here. Appreciate you.